Alright, this is video for our single matte folio box on the blush tool background. We're going to need a horizontal image for this one. So I'm going to go to my Finder window and I have a folder open from my Dropbox. It has an array of images in there that I'm going to use in my marketing. So I'm going to select this photo of my client Carol and I'm going to click and drag it onto our template in Photoshop. And I'm going to take a second for that to load. Let's try that again, make sure it's loading. There you go. Okay, once your image is dropped in, I'm going to click return on my keyboard. And again, our image is going to appear above our template layer. So we're going to click on the layer with our photo and drag it below the template layer. And now you're going to see a part of that image appear within the cutout of that mat. Now we need to reduce the size of our image so it fits within this area of the cutout. So going to the transform tool, go to edit, transform to scale, holding down your shift key to constrain the proportions of that image. I want you to move your mouse over to the corner of this image in a bounding box and click and drag it in. And we're going to go to the other end and we're going to click and drag that in as well. We want to give it, just kind of eye it to see that it fits within the confines of that cutout. And now I want to rotate this image so it lines up with this angle of the mat. So we're going to go to edit, transform to rotate. And then move my mouse over to the corner of the bounding box of that image and you'll see there's going to be a little icon that kind of has a half circle with two arrows at the end. That indicates that you're using the rotation tool. So we're going to click and rotate it and align the bounding box to the mat. So we're going to kind of just eye this a little bit and see that the line is parallel to the angle of that cutout. And your image is still going to be a little bit too big to fit in there unless you want to have a wider crop for this image. I don't. I actually want it to fit a little closer to the edge of that mat. So I'm going to go back to edit, transform to scale. Holding down my shift key again on my keyboard, I'm going to reduce the size of this image to fit just outside the mat cutout because I don't want to see the transparent background behind there. I just want to have a nice clean edge of the image. So I'm going to click return once I have it set where I want. Now, once you're done, you can reuse this template over and over again so long as you save what I call a working copy of your template. So we're going to go to File to Save As, and I'm going to save this to my desktop for now, but I also want you to remember to save a copy of this onto an external hard drive or on a cloud server like Dropbox, because if something happens to your computer, you want to be able to go back to those original templates and use them again. So we're going to call this a working copy, and the file format should stay in Photoshop so that you can go back and edit or reuse this template. So I'm going to click Save, and that's going to go to, I'm going to replace it because I recorded this video originally, but then my computer crashed and I got to do it over again. Now I want to flatten my template so that I can use this in my marketing. I'm going to save as a JPEG. So let's flatten this image, and we're going to save another version of this. Go to File to Save As. I'm going to take Working Copy off. And we're going to change the file format to JPEG. I'm going to save this to my desktop for now. Click Save. And I'm going to save this as its maximum quality for now. And then I'm going to click OK. You can go back and reduce the size of this image if you want to use it on your social media. Just go to Image to Image Size. And over here, where it has original size, you can choose an approximate size. So you go to 960 by 640, which is not too bad a size, and it's going to reduce it to, let's go back to inches, you can see exactly how big that is. So basically it's going to 6 by 4. So that'll look pretty good on Facebook or on Twitter or any of your social media profiles. And then you can go ahead and click OK. And it's going to make it look a little bit smaller in Photoshop, but you can use your zoom tool to bring that size up a little bit so you can see it. And then save another version of this. So go to File to Save As, and we're just going to call this Social Media. version. And then again, save it as a JPEG and save it to your desktop and then save a backup of that. Now I'm going to click OK. All right, on to the next video tutorial.